Hello guys, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today I just wanted to talk about how to actually slice up a website design that you've just been handed by a customer, and then once we've sliced it up, in the next lesson we're going to actually code it up. And I'm going to use golive to code it up because I prefer it over the new Dreamweaver, but Dreamweaver is really similar and you should have no problem using either golive or Dreamweaver for it. And then remember that these programs like Dreamweaver and golive, they do create some nasty coding, and so you're going to want to know HTML a little bit. So be sure to check out our blog and read other HTML tutorials and watch other videos on how to do basic HTML. But I wanted to do this for you guys, and it's probably going to be a multi-part lesson. But let's go ahead and get started on how we can slice this up. Now, the first thing to think about is, how is this design created? Now, this design that you've been presented here, or that I've been presented here, is a very simple design. It's for a blog of mine called Brain Leaked, and it's eventually going to be turned into WordPress, but I'm going to show you guys how to turn it into just regular standard HTML websites, because you're probably going to have more customers for that than you would WordPress. Now, as we can see, we have a main content area, a sidebar area that has white blocks for both of those. We have a bottom footer area that's a block of black. Because it's not WordPress, we're not going to be needing this or this, but we will need everything else, including these buttons across the top, which I'll show you guys how to create using CSS. And of course, we have our nice little logo up top. So the first thing you might be thinking to yourself is, well, wow, what do I do to start and get started on this? Now there is a couple things I like to do, and the first one is I like to create a brand new notepad document here, and you'll see why in a second. But I like to create a little log for myself, and you could even use the notes feature in Photoshop on this PSD, but I find it easier just to use a notepad. So first thing I want to do is I want to put background color, and then I just want to put some semicolons, and I want to go ahead and find out what this background color is here. And you can see here I'm just grabbing it, copying and pasting it, just like that. Top button BG color, same thing. We're just going to grab the color and then just put it right into here. Alrighty, and let's see, we also are going to need the sidebar link color here. So let's just go ahead and grab that, and you can see that. So we're going to put sidebar link color, and then I believe the rest of it is pretty simple. It's just basic text, so we're just going to grab this blue text here as the last one. This is going to be our H1 text. So we're just going to put H1 and put the color there. And let me just do a quick look at this real quick. And yeah, I believe that's it, because the rest of it is pretty much going to be either images or it's just default text colors that shouldn't be too hard to find. So so now I've got that, and I'm going to go ahead and save that on my desktop as dot colors for now. And and yeah, I just want to make sure that was saved. So now I can go ahead and close that out. Now, we have the basic color scheme selected out, and all we're going to have to do now is decide on how we want to go ahead and slice this up. Now, if you had rounded corners, it would change the way you do things. You would actually cut it out a little bit differently. But for this first lesson, I just wanted to do square corners to make it a little bit simpler for you guys. So the first thing, as you can see here, is we have two content areas, and then our buttons up top. Now, to be honest with you, I don't need any of this stuff to create this design. All I need is the logo. So it's going to be a hard example to show you guys exactly how to do this thing, because it wouldn't be completely correct. But let's just go ahead and first of all select our slice tool, and then we're just going to put a slice. You're just going to click and drag. It's real simple, and we're just going to click and drag that out. And then the next thing I want to do is go all the way across it like so, and this is going to be the area for my buttons. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to zoom in to where these two lines match here. And you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that in the video or not, but there is a little line here, and it's a little fuzzy. But let's move this away. Let's just say it's here. Now, if it wasn't lined up, you'll see this little gray line right here. Now, that little gray line means it's not completely lined up, and you'll have an extra image which you don't need. So make sure to move that right onto the correct line, like so. Okay? And that is a successful, good slice right there. Now, also make sure that you're going full width of these, and I go to both sides of the image to ensure that I have that, of which I do. Alright, and then the rest of it is just it's just black on the bottom, and then, you know, like I said, the main content area. And this main content area, I'm going to do almost all of it with CSS, so I really don't even need to go any further with this slice. So with that said, that's how you slice it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to save it out, and all you would do is hit Control Alt Shift and S for Save for Web. When the menu comes up, hit Control A to select all the slices, and then select whatever you want. If you want to use GIFs or JPEGs or PNGs, it's totally up to you. I always use JPEGs on the high setting around 80 to 85, and you know, that seems to be a good range for me. But everybody has their own thing. Now, once you have that, all you have to do is hit Save. And then when this window comes up, make sure to go down to Save as Type and click on HTML and images. Now, you're not really going to need this, but you do need it for like a base, I guess. And then you would just hit Save, and that would be it. You'd be done with your slice. So that will go ahead and conclude this first lesson, and like I said, in the next lesson, should be out tomorrow or maybe the next day, I'm going to show you guys how to actually go ahead and code this up using Adobe Golive or Dreamweaver, or even hand coding if you want to do it that way. So, hope you guys have enjoyed it so far, and stick with me because I got lots to teach you.